Hi guys, welcome to another buzzing walkabout here on buzzing Pattaya, and today I'm at the start of Soi 8, and I thought what we'll do is we'll head up Soi 8 and back down Soi 7, and I've been asked a question which is a really good question sent in by Dave R from Canada, and he asked me a question about when is the best time to bar fine. And I thought what a great question, because there's a lot of things that you need to take into consideration, especially when you're looking at that process and thinking, right, when do I strike, when's the best time to do this? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin the camera around. I thought let's kill 3 birds with 1 stone. Let's have a walk up Soi 8, a walk back down Soi 7, and I'll give you my thoughts on what I think about bar fining and when's the best time to bar fine, etc, etc. All right, so let's just turn the camera around and then we're going to head up Soi 8. All right, so here we go then. So first place you can see Flipper Lodge there. What a fantastic place that is, an icon. And I'm sure most of you have been in the Flipper Lodge before. So let's head up here. As you can see, you know, obviously it's very, very quiet at the moment. You know, you don't need me to tell you that. But so, in answer to the question, so when is the best time to bar fine? And it's a really, really good question. And hopefully between myself and you guys, when you drop your comments below as to what you think, between us all, we'll cover this off. So, first thing I want to say to you guys is this, and it's really important because it's very easy to lose the reality of what it is that's happening. And I say that because of this. So you go into a bar and you see a girl and you think, wow, she's nice. Straight away, you've become emotionally attached. And in your mind, sorry, there's a sailor, great place. In your mind, you're thinking to yourself, well, she's pretty, she ticks all my boxes, and yeah, I'd like to bar fine her. But you are emotionally attached. Whereas the girl on the other end, 98.5% of them are actually thinking, okay, there's another customer here, and it's a business transaction for them. And it's important that you get that in your mind, because there is not very often any emotional attachment whatsoever. So when you bar fine, it is what it is. It's a business transaction. So it's important to get that clear, because it really does affect what you're thinking in terms of bar fining. So really you've got 3 options. You can bar fine at the time and take her with you. You can promise her that you'll come back and yeah, you can believe that, you believe anything. Or you can wait and you can pay the bar fine and then go off and come back later. So here's a few things to consider. You go into an go-go bar or a bar and you find a girl that you find attractive and you think, yep, for me, that's what I want to do. So you negotiate and you discuss and you agree a bar fine. Now, one of the things that you need to get into your mind, and this is why I was talking about it a second ago, if you're thinking, well, I really want to take her with me, but I also want to go around all the rest of the bars and the clubs and maybe have a bit more fun, etc. Guys, it doesn't matter. This is a business transaction. You can sit in a bar with 5 other girls around you, and the girl that you're with that you bar fined earlier, 99% of the time won't care. You might even be lucky and get her to interact. But the point being is, she doesn't care. All that she's interested in is that you have a nice time, and in the end of the process, that you're happy, she's happy, she gets paid, and you're happy, and that's it, job done. She's not thinking about you as a boyfriend. So don't be put into the situation where you think, well, if I bar fine her, I can't take her with me, because if I go into another bar and I have to, you know, I want to have a play around or whatever, she's going to get the hump, because she won't. It really is as simple as that. So point number 1 is, if you want to bar fine early and you want to take her with you, don't have any inhibitions that she will be upset should you decide to play about, or should you decide to engage with other company, because it really isn't a problem. It really isn't. But having said that, the minute that you take her out of the bar, you've then doubled your expenditure for the night, because obviously every place you go, you're going to be buying her drinks. And also, you might end up she might get slaughtered. So again, be very careful about how you decide when is the right time to bar find. Because if you do take her with you, number one, like I've just said, don't get involved about, oh, she won't like it if I sit with another girl, whatever. It doesn't happen. But remember, your drink and her drink, and it's drink for drink. So just bear that in mind. Doesn't matter about the cost. I'm just telling you about things that you should be aware of that will happen if you bar find early. So that's consideration number one. Now let's say that after you've thought about it, you think, do you know what, I just want to go off and have a bit of fun and I'll come back. Well, if you think you're the first person to say to a girl in a bar, I'll be back, I promise you, I'll be back. It just doesn't happen. Very rarely, you know, let's be honest, we're creatures, aren't we? We go out, we've got all the best intentions in the world, and then suddenly you meet that number one girl that you thought was back in the last place you're in, but now she's in front of you, and you think, do you know what, to hell with it, I won't go back, I'm going to enjoy myself here. So when you say to a girl, yeah, I'll come back later, you know, about 1 o'clock in the morning or 12, whatever, honestly, she doesn't believe that. So, you know, don't be upset if when you go back that she's not there and that perhaps she's gone off with a different customer, someone that's made that decision right here, right now, and said, let's go. So when you do go down that route and say, I'll be back later, wait for me, guys, please don't be upset if she isn't there, because truthfully, the likelihood is that she isn't going to be there. The other option, and this is another one to consider, is to pay the bar fine so that she does stay, and then go off and have your evening and come back later to pick her up. Now, again, you need to be realistic about this. If you walk out that bar having paid the bar fine, she is not going to sit in the corner playing on her phone like a good little girl, waiting for you to come back. It ain't going to happen, guys. She is there to make as much money as possible, to get customers, to get drinks, and to basically work. So on that basis, when you walk out the door, she will 100% interact with other customers, and etc. etc. And what might happen, if you are unlucky, what might happen is maybe she can squeeze in a short time. Hello. And think about that, you know, you've paid your bar fine, you've gone off, and then when you come back, unbeknown to you, she's nipped upstairs for a quick hour and earned herself an extra few thousand baht. Doesn't sound so good, does it? But it's a reality. These things do happen. So please, you know, think about that aspect. Me personally, if it was me, I would go off, have my fun, not make any promises. I wouldn't take her with me, and I would go back. And you know what the beauty of this city is? If you go back and she has gone, you're not going to be stuck for alternative options. You're really not. But each to their own. You know, you guys can do whatever it is you feel is appropriate. So there's the things that you want to consider. One of the things that you shouldn't do, and I know it happens, but be very, very careful, is when you say to the girl, hey, listen, I'm going to go to iBar or Lucifer or 808 or wherever later. When you finish work, if you slip me your number, call me and meet me. Yes, it happens. Of course it does. The chances of being caught are minimal. But if it is found out, trust me, it's a situation you probably don't want to be in, and she certainly won't want to be in, because she'll be in a lot of trouble for that. All right, so let's just recap. There's an old cat there, you've seen something. What you see, mate? All right, so let's just recap. So you've got option one, go in, bar find early, take her with you, and go off for the evening. Remember, if you do go for that option, don't be afraid to interact with other girls in other places. This is a business transaction. You may not like me for saying it, but that's what it is. We get emotionally attached, obviously. you know, you don't pick a munter and bar finder, do you? Well, I hope not anyway. But the point being is, emotionally we look at the person, we find her attractive, and for us that's why we do the transaction. For her, this is business. Get it in your head, guys, it's business. Option 2, yes, I'll be back, sweetheart, I promise. I'll come back. Chances are, if somebody else goes in there after you and pays the bar fine, you are not going to go back and find her. She will be gone. Option 3, as we mentioned just a minute ago, I'll pay the bar fine, I'll head off, and I'll come back later and pick you up. But just remember, there is a very strong likelihood that she will definitely interact with other customers. How intimately she will interact depends on what venue it is that you bar find her from. So you've got that aspect, and I guess the worst situation is that potentially you might find that she slipped in a quick short time and you're going in there following somebody else. Not a nice thought at all. All right, so they are the options. I don't know, guys, what do you think? You know, drop a comment below. Let me know, what's your policy? When do you strike early? Do you wait for the day to go? Do you take it as, if she's there, she's there. If she's not, she's not. I don't really care. What's your policy on paying your bar fine? When do you go for it? Is it first thing? Is it last thing? Or is it hit and miss? Or do you not really care? You just take it as it comes. All right, so please, guys, drop a comment below. Love to hear what you've got to say about it. And this is what makes our channel so special, is that you all share so much brilliant information, and we really are creating an encyclopedia of knowledge about Pattaya City. Now we're nearing at the end. We'll get to the end in a second. And once we get down there, I'll just spin the camera around, say our goodbyes, and thank you all for watching. And then I'm going to head over here, over to the beach. And yeah, they've done a great job here. It really does look nice. All right, so let's just head down. I love it when I do this. People look at me and go, what's he doing? What's he doing? What's he doing? All right, guys. Okay, so we're now down onto Beach Road, and I just want to leave you with this view over there. Look at that. You know, we knock them and we say that Pattaya is only good for one thing, but they have done a great job. I'm okay, mate. I don't need no Viagra, thank you. Honestly, I'm filming. He's just offered me a box of Viagra. Oh, I love this place. Right, let me turn the camera around. Hang on. All right, so there you go. At the end of Soi 7, and as I said, if I just spin around quickly, Beach Road there is behind me, and I've just been offered some Viagra. Oh dear, I love it. All right, anyway, so there you go, guys. So hopefully that's answered the question about when is a good time or a bad time to bar fine, what the implications are. Remember, it's a business transaction. If you want to go off and interact with other girls and you take her with you, absolutely fine. If you want to run the gauntlet and hope that she's there when you go back later on and not do any bar fining, that's up to you. And if you want to bar fine and go back later, just remember, you never know. Never say never. All right, guys, so that's it for me today here on the Buzzing Walkabout. Thank you so much for watching. Please, guys, as I say every time, please drop a comment below. Let us know what your ideas are, what your thoughts are, and when is a good time to bar fine. Do you bar fine? And if you do bar fine, how do you go about it? All right, so please remember, hit the subscribe button and also the bell icon if you'd like to be notified when we bring out a new video. And guys, please jump on our Telegram group. It's growing by the day. Lots of pictures, lots of photos, etc., etc., and also a great community of like-minded people just like you guys that have all got a solid interest in Pattaya and what's happening in and around the city. All right, and please, lastly, check out our members area and see what we got down there. All right, guys, that's it for me today. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to head over there and enjoy the beach because it really is a beautiful day. And I hope wherever you are, if it's cold, I hope it's not too cold. And I want you over as soon as possible, guys. All right, take care. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.